So if you are doing the loom, then you only need one column of pegs. So I'm gonna use this column of pegs right here, okay? Now you're gonna have to thread. So I will just make sure on the direction of this and come back to you, okay? I just recently found out that the arrow here, the big red arrow, should be facing away from you, okay? And if you can't really find the red arrow, then this little hollow place here, that should be facing away from you, and the part that sticks out should be facing toward you, okay? And the pegs, they should all be turning away from you, okay? So let's start with our threading process. So we're gonna take one band and we're gonna put it here on and onto the next peg. So on the loom, there is absolutely no twisting needed. So it's like that. And then we're gonna take our next color. We're gonna overlap it onto the first color and put it on the next band. So like this, your loom should be looking something along the lines of this right now. And push this bottom band down. So now we're gonna take our next color, which in this case is black. And so again, we're just gonna overlap and put it on. And basically the same pattern follows, but what you have to do is remember not to thread on this last peg. Okay, so remember not to thread on these two last pegs. So I will just finish putting all of my rubber bands in here, then I will get back to you. Okay, so now I am done putting all of my rubber bands on, and it should look like something like this. So this is with the arrow pointing against you, so away from you. And as we get to the end of the loom, closer to the little hollow place, as you can see, I have skipped this peg because, I mean, it's sort of pointless to put one on this peg, okay? So let's get started now. For the hooking process, you're gonna turn your loom around. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip hooking this peg. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reach into that little hollow with my hook. Then I'm gonna pull out the bottom one. And as I pull it out, again, out, over, and this time we're gonna hook it over this peg, okay? So let's do it one more time. So we're gonna grab the bottom one, pull it out, pull it over the peg, and onto its original peg. So see, we should have the startings of the bracelet here. So let's do it again. We're gonna pull the band with our hook over the peg and on to the other peg. Okay? So again, for this, mine is called in with the hook, out, over, next peg. It's a little different, but I mean, basically the same. So again, in with the hook, out, over, and on the next peg. Again, in with the hook, out, over, and on the next peg. And in with the hook, and out, over, and on the next peg. Again, in with the hook, out, over, and on the next peg. And just a few more times. In with the hook, out, over, and on the next peg. In with the hook, out, over, and on the next peg. So we've nearly completed our bracelet, but if you're using the rainbow loom, chances are it will only fit a baby. It won't fit you. So you also have to make some add-ons. So see here, actually it is like this because you can't really hook this one, which is exactly why I told you to skip this one, okay? So like this. So now to this long band, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some bands of any color at all of your choice. I'm just gonna use these striped bands that I have. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a band, then you're gonna take your hook and put the band on your hook like that. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the hook in through this like that, okay? You're gonna grasp hold of this and pull the hook out, and pull, or a way easier way is to just take this and so take this, put it through with your fingers here so that it's curved onto the long band like this. Then you're gonna sort of make a slip knot. So reach in and do that. I mean, I know that it was not very clear, so I'll try to adjust my camera and do it again so that you can see it properly. There we go. Yeah. So now we're again this one, and I have no idea why it's twisted. So we're gonna take this band, and on this band, this long band here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna slip this in through the band, okay? And then we're gonna pull this up, okay? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make one part of the band smaller, this one, and one part of the band bigger. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pull the smaller one through the bigger one, so it's like a slip knot. Okay, and to this slip knot, now we can start taking it off, but we also have to finish this, or else, unless you're planning to give it to a toddler or a baby, it won't fit you. So now what you're gonna do is you're just gonna keep on doing more slip knots. I think I'll show you once how to do a slip knot once more. Look, there we go. So that band there. Now, next band, we're gonna take this band, and I'm actually gonna take that long band off so that I can show you more. Now, we're gonna take this, pull it through like this, push that like that, round your finger, and pull. And repeat it as many times as is needed to cover your wrist or whoever's wrist you are giving it to. So I'll just finish this. Okay, so now I have made an attachment that is big enough to cover my hand or my wrist. So now we're gonna start taking it off, and very carefully, without breaking the bands, just start pulling it off little by little, okay? And once we've pulled it all off, which is near to me, now this last band is unfastened, and unless we fasten it, all your hard work will go to waste. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our S-clip, and see these two loose bands? We're gonna put it right through those, like this, okay? And we're gonna reach onto the other side of the bracelet. So the fastenings, the attachments, and we're again just gonna slip it. And there you have it. And the best thing about these sort of bracelets is that they're kind of adjustable too. So if this is a bit too big for you, then you can, just attach it to a different band, which is what I like about rainbow loom bracelets. And there, you have a beautiful new bracelet. And if you want to attach charms, then, for example, if you're attaching this charm, then what you have to do is you have to, first of all, loosen this part. So let me just loosen it. There, okay? So once you've done that, then you're gonna find the center or wherever you want to put that charm on. Now, I want to put it on these bands that are looped around my finger. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna push the opening in the wire thingy which I made through those bands. Okay, so and then this is the hardest part, like this, okay? The hardest part is closing it. So just bend it back into place. There we go. And it's nearly closed. Just have to close it a bit more. Yeah. And see, now we've also attached a beautiful charm to our beautiful bracelet. That's all for today. Oh, and one more thing. If you want to do it the finger style, but you also want to do it on the loom, then just pick 2 pegs here, and basically the same thing, except instead of using your fingers to hook it, use your hook. So like that, and that, and push it on. Take your hook here, grab, pull out, and over. Okay, so out, over, and release. And basically the same thing as the fingers applies to if you want to do the finger style, but want to do it on the loom at the same time. So that's all for this week. Bye, and see you next time.